Good morning, traders. This is Tony D from easyMarkets. We have quite a bit of movement overnight. We had some big selling coming through in the stocks. Now, this is on the back of leaks that the tax plan might be phased in over 5 years. Now, that is not what the market wanted to hear. US dollar got sold on the back of this. You've seen the dollar yen slump back towards the 113 level this morning. You've also seen the euro back towards 116.50. So nice little reversals in both of those. The pound is also catched a bit. The expectations is that there's going to be a rate hike on Thursday. So there's reasons to be looking a little bit more positively against the US dollar for most pairs. Aussie and Kiwi also had nice little bounces as well, although they're a little bit more contained as the outlook's a little bit more mixed for these commodity currencies right now. You can see that the enthusiasm to sell the dollar CAD was not there. Enthusiasm to buy the Kiwi dollar aggressively was not there. Could not get past previous highs is the case here. And we just had some new data out from New Zealand just now. Business confidence slumping after Labor won the election last month. So the market is a little bit more mixed when it comes to the commodities, but the euro and the pound and the yen are all enjoying nice gains against the US dollar right now. And this can continue because there is a little bit of political uncertainty going on in the US. Not only is the Mueller investigation into Russian collusion in the elections gathering pace with an indictment yesterday from for Manafort. He's the Trump's former campaign manager. That got a lot of headlines, although there's little to connect Trump himself and the campaign. So there's little less smoking gun there than might have been the case. But what you do see is the looking forward here. There is going to be an announcement most likely in the next 24-48 hours regarding the new Fed chair. Alright, so that's a little bit of political uncertainty. Very likely to be Powell, though. There's been a lot of leaks there that that's the favored choice of Trump, and Trump wants to make it his choice. So replacing Yellen makes sense, but without rocking the boat. So Powell's the perfect choice for that, and that's what you've seen the market start to price in as well. So that's another little bit of a US dollar negative story. But the big one is that if they phase in this tax plan, and it looks like it may take longer to get the effect, then some of the heavy rally that you've seen in the US stocks. And you can see here the daily chart's just out of control when it comes to the US stock rally, but the 4 hour, you can see some nice little rolling over, pretty gradual selling. That's 9 black candles in a row, which is pretty much telling you that the sellers are gaining the upper hand. If we just break down some support, then the potential for a correction is really on the cards. And there could be also some further catalysts to this if you do get any sort of raising of concerns as Trump going to China and Japan and North Korea later this week. If there is any sort of topic brought up about Chinese, not just a relationship with North Korea, but also the way that they conduct their international trade and the protectionism that China sort of uses, not just with their currency, but with the way they go after industries. There's been some talk that will be brought up, and if that happens, it could create a little bit more tension in that relationship, and could have some unforeseen circumstances here coming through. So, there's so many factors going forward in the next week or so. Wouldn't even surprise at all if the market was just to take a breather, just on the fact that there is so much uncertainty coming. So the selling in the US stocks is makes sense here, but the big release is tomorrow. So that's when we get the details of the tax plan. Also, if you are looking for a little bit of economic news, you do get the ADP report tomorrow, which is a precursor for the NFP on Friday. And like we talked about yesterday, the NFP on Friday is expected to be over 300,000. So that's a huge number there. It could be the support for the US dollar and this locking in of the Fed rate hike, which don't forget there is a little Fed meeting this week. Unlikely to cause scene though, because it's not one of the ones where you get a press conference with Yellen. All right, so Looking forward today, you got Chinese PMIs coming out in about half an hour here in Asia. That could be the next big thing to get the market a little bit direction here on the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is sitting quietly around the 77 level. A lot of interest to sell on rallies towards the previous breakdown point. If you look back, that 77.50 is that big resistance all the way for most of 2016 and 17 until we broke higher briefly for the last few months. But now that we're back below, that level should become a major resistance once again. Traders, if you haven't joined up to the active traders group before, look at the link below. You can see the benefits of having a dealer like myself to run you through your trades, review your trading, have a look at ways to improve your risk reward, also your risk management. Someone also just bounce ideas off. You can get that by clicking on the link below. If you are a member, you can contact us if you want to talk about any of the topics that we talked about today on the contact numbers below.